Gwyneth, Ray, you found me. Please come in. How do you like my new apartment? Isn't it wonderful? In the morning, through that window, you can see the sun come up over Copacabana. A glass of wine or a beer? How did you find me? Oh, let me guess. Followed the money trail, the yellow brick road. I nearly lost track of all those little gold bricks. You know, I have to be careful. If you can find me, then... But extradition from Brazil would be very difficult. And what law did I break? Although some people would like to find me floating in the harbour. But money can buy you very tight security here in Rio. And the police are very understanding. You're wondering how it all happened, aren't you? What happened to that quiet woman from next door? Oh, I wonder myself. Some nights I wake up from weird dreams, almost screaming, like, how in heaven did I make this mess? Well, it all began with a lucky guess. It was 6 months ago, one of those mixer parties, singles all over 30. I'm making small talk with this self-satisfied slob called Nigel. He asked me what I thought he did. Well, I looked at his aviator sunglasses and promoted him a few ranks, as one does. Told him that he ran an airline. Wow, bingo, spot on! He thinks I've been checking him out on the web. I tell him I don't have the time. So Nigel decides that I'm psychic, challenges me to make a prediction. Well, I'd just seen some young blonde sweetie arrive outside the window. It's a no-brainer, really. So I told him that he would marry the next person to enter the room and that she would make him very happy. He whips around just in time to see the door opening. The blonde glides in. He can't dump me fast enough. He stops at the bar to grab 2 blue angels. Next thing you know, he has her cornered and offering free flights to the tropical island of her choice. 3 weeks later, they were married. I was invited to the wedding. So now Nigel totally believes in my psychic powers. So what does he do? Flaming idiot. Offers me a position with the airline. Salary of a senior captain. Big plush office right next to his. Can you believe it? All I have to do is check each flight and predict whether it will crash or not. Well, I mean to say, what could possibly go wrong? So there I am, sitting at a huge window on the 63rd floor. I have a computer screen which gives the details of every flight. For each one, I go into a mock trance and then make a pronouncement. I mean to say, the odds of a plane crash are minuscule, so I simply give the go-ahead for every flight. And I'm 100% right, absolute accuracy. Although there were a few near misses. A small fire in one engine, but it got down okay. And a pilot collapsed at the controls, but the co-pilot did a great job. So my reputation keeps rising. I wasn't doing any harm. Am I really psychic or just a good luck charm? Well, it's irrelevant. Nigel is too busy with his blonde bride, and the airline's doing well. He gives me a 20% pay rise. Oh, and I write a book on airline safety in my spare time. Not your area? Nor mine. Bought a little gold brick with the proceeds. So then, the office staff start approaching me to tell their fortune. I mean, hey, I've got a 100% reputation to maintain. I tell them that they can't afford me. Besides, I need to keep all my psychic energy for flight predictions. You know what? They turned on me, laughed at all my safe arrivals. When am I going to predict a crash? I mean, hell's bells, how am I going to do that? Well, my career is at stake, so I get sneaky. I start looking at all the maintenance schedules and I haunt pilot chat rooms. Find the oldest plane in the fleet, find it flying one day only 5% full. Make it crash. Pew, Whoa, whoa, you're getting ahead of me. You didn't think I'd sabotage a plane to save my job, did you? Did you? I couldn't do that. Oh, luck was on my side. I just started hinting that maybe I was getting this bad vibration about Flight 79. That just maybe it wouldn't arrive safely this time. Well, Nigel goes berserk, cancels the flight, puts all the passengers on other planes, fires the bum pilot for being a jinx, has engineers go over the old bird with a fine-tooth comb. And they find a problem with the undercarriage. I get a $50,000 bonus and a promise of more bonuses for every crash I prevent. Oh, can you believe it? Oh, my God. How? Anyway, all of a sudden, I start predicting a crash just about every week. Oh, the planes are grounded. They don't leave the ground. Everybody's safe. Oh, my God, how the money rolled in. More gold bricks. You know, well, I guess this is where I should have gone to see Nigel. Told him that we're not in Kansas anymore, that somehow we'd crossed over into some fairy story with wizards and witches over some bloody rainbow. But I didn't. I mean, I wasn't doing any harm. And the money, oh. Then, before you know it, Nigel is thinking the bleeding obvious. Why do we need all these safety inspectors anyway? Engine overhauls, airframe maintenance, pilot training, all cut back. He thinks I'm doing a much better job than all those engineers, overpaid overalls. He fires them. The airline is saving millions, so we reduce airfares. Everyone starts to fly with us. I am treated like a god. I am a god. I have all this incredible power. All-seeing, all-knowing. People believe me. I point at one aircraft and say it's safe, another that it's doubtful, risky, it doesn't leave the ground. One of the remaining engineers complained to the boss. Nigel just pointed to my 100% safety record and chucked him out. But I'm getting worried. We're having more near misses. Then the marketing department has a brainstorm. They start advertising that every single one of our flights is guaranteed safe by the airline's own quality consultant, me. Incredibly low fares, total safety. Everyone starts to fly with us. I mean, we are ripping the guts out of the travel industry. And my salary is doubled. Then, about a month ago, the pilots were getting jittery, unhappy about flying badly maintained aircraft. A morale booster was needed. Nigel decides that half the aircrew are surplus to requirement. I'm invited to predict which ones are accident prone. The power. I go about pointing. You. Don't come in Monday. The pilots shut up. Costs drop further. The fares drop further. Everyone is flying with us. The aircraft are pulled, so we put on more flights. This is crazy. We're headed for the biggest airline disaster of all time. And the money is absolutely flooding in. And I'm having screeching nightmares. The air safety people are onto us by now. They're screaming. They're going to remove our license. Nigel just laughs at them, starts to move fleet maintenance offshore to where, government departments are more accommodating of psychic predictions. Then, a masterstroke. Nigel sets up a clairvoyant division with me in charge. He hires 50 psychics. He has them sit in the co-pilot seats, the now vacant co-pilot seats, on every flight. They're rostered on like any other staff, except they're paid to do nothing except sit still and fly to exotic locations. Well, our adverts get bolder. A psychic safety officer on every flight. And then all the other airlines start copying us. Suddenly, all the young people of today are trying to get themselves degrees in prognostication. Well, you know what happened. A week ago, 4 planes went down within a couple of hours. There was an explosion, a wing failure, a collision, and a pilot's heart attack. I lost Agatha, Cassandra, Gabrielle, and Marge from my psychic division. I covered up my part of it. Of course, I said I had that day off, that my deputy was looking after safety that day. But the passengers decided other airlines were better. We were going to go bankrupt. The government refused to help. Even I could have predicted that. But worse. I mean, much, much worse. Nigel's blonde was on one of the crashed planes. Now he's looking for me with a rope, with a noose. With the end of belief went all my power. Confidence was 0. I managed to slip out of the country. Now, my money's safe. I mean, all my little gold bricks were in the Caribbean. Didn't need to be psychic to make sure of that. It's just as well, because, well, I'm no longer psychic. Another glass?